Today I'll show you the craziest GoHighLevel website effect you'll ever see, and if you want to impress your clients and sell websites for thousands of dollars, you need to add this to your GoHighLevel website. This is a cool and popular effect that I've seen in the past, and these days I decided to give it a try and add it to GoHighLevel, and this is how it turned out. But before we hop into the GoHighLevel website builder, I want to show you the best part of this effect, which is that it works on mobile as well. As you can see, we only have one card displayed here, but as soon as you click the buttons, as you can see, we get all cards to cycle on the hero section, right? So you have this card here, you press the left button, then you have the headline, subheadline button, background image, and yeah, basically you can have unlimited cards on your GoHighLevel website, and the fact that it works on mobile makes it 10 times crazier because a lot of people are browsing websites on their mobile phone. So this is an absolute game changer. So let's go into the GoHighLevel website builder and show you exactly how to build this crazy effect. Now that we are in the GoHighLevel website builder, let's start creating this beautiful effect. The first thing that we need to do is to create the navigation section, which will be a very simple nav menu without a business name and without a logo. We're gonna make the section to take the entire width, and we are also gonna make the row element a little bit smaller. We're also gonna align the menu items to the middle, and let's increase the spacing to 100 pixels, and let's actually make it bold. Perfect. Now we have everything done with the menu. The next thing is to create another section which is going to contain a column element, and this one again will take the entire width. Inside the column we need to add an image, and we are gonna use this image as background, and then we are going to create the headline. We're gonna make it white, and let's also add the paragraph. We're gonna make this one white as well, and let's add a button. Let's say this one, this simple button, and let's make the color of this button white as well. Perfect. So basically we have created our first card. Now we only need to duplicate it 6, 7, 8 times depending on how many cards we want to have. But before we do that, let's add a custom class called card item, and the row element, this one, the blue element, will have this custom class called slide. Very simple. Now that we have our custom classes added, we can duplicate this how much we want. So let's do this 6 times maybe. We have 4, 5 and 6 elements. Now we can also do this, so it's easier to see that we actually did the right thing. I'm not gonna change everything here. You understand how this works. I forgot to add the custom class to the headlines, so I'm going to show you for one element, and then we're gonna skip forward, and I will add the custom classes myself to all these elements. So for this one we need to add card headline with like this, card headline. For the sub headline we need to add card sub headline, and for the button is going to be card button. Make sure you add the exact same classes, and make sure that all of these elements have the same classes like I show you in this first column. Now let me add the custom classes to all these columns. Perfect. Next thing is to add another full width row, and below this another full width row. This last section is not mandatory, but let's pretend that this will be the next section below our hero section. Within this last section, let's add a code element and open the code editor, and here we are going to paste this JavaScript code. Again, same as in the other tutorials, just pause the video and copy the exact same code that you see on the screen and click save. If you want an easier way to copy the code and implement this effect yourself, you can get my Notion doc from the link in the description, and this is the exact tutorial from this video as advanced hero section slider. Here you'll find a full tutorial about how to implement this exact effect into your GoHighLevel website, and it's very easy. You just copy the code from there and paste it inside the custom code elements. Perfect. Now that we have the JavaScript code out of the way, let's focus a bit on this section, which will contain the buttons. We click add row and we create a 3 column row. Let's make it entire width as well, and within the second column let's add 2 buttons, one and the other, and let's edit them a bit. Let's make the background transparent to both of them, and for the text let's pick an icon, let's say left, this one. Let's make it black for now so it's easier to see. Let's delete the text and let's do the same for the other one. Let's delete the text, let's make the text black, and here we are going to have right. Those will be the icons. And one thing that we need to do is to click on the column element and change the content alignment to horizontal. This way we have buttons side by side. And let's move it a bit to, we can keep it in the middle, doesn't matter, depending on how you want to style the buttons, but for now let's keep it like this. Let's add a custom class to the first button. Let's call it next, because this will move the slider forward and display the next image, and this will display the previous image, hence the name previous, or this class, custom class prev. Perfect. Let's click save, and for now nothing happens, right? So we need to add our styling. Again, just pause the video and copy the exact code that you see on screen, or copy and paste it from my Notion doc, which you can get from the link in the description. As you can see, there are tons of classes here, tons of properties, so this is going to be a big tutorial. Let's try to go one by one these classes and see exactly what everything does. As you can see, we already have some nice styling applied as soon as we hit save here. The first thing is the hero section class, which sets the overflow hidden. This is very important because when we preview our website, we don't want to have a horizontal scroll. So let's select this class and add it to our green section right here. This is the section. Let's add the hero section. Perfect. As you can see, the overflow is already disabled. The next thing we have to do is to select this nav section custom class, which sets the index for this menu to 1000, and we are gonna be able to see the navigation menu above the hero section, right? So you can see these buttons even though we have this section below it, right, with the image and everything. Let's click save and let's go forward with our custom class. The next class is card item and BG. BG is a class from GoHighLevel, it's very, very important that you do not change this class. You can change this class, card item, as you remember, every card that we created, every column has this class, card item, but we need this BG class, which basically is responsible for the background of any given column element, and we set the radius to 25 pixels. I don't know why I added twice, but let's remove the redundant code. Right, this class is right here, set the border radius to the first and the second cards to 0, because we don't want the hero section itself to have a border radius, right? So we set it to 0. Then we have some styling for the card item itself, then for the first and second cards, the third card, fourth, fifth, and then sixth and onwards, because we can have as many cards as we want. From the seventh card and onwards, actually from the sixth card and onwards, they will not be displayed. They will be hidden, and they will only appear once we get to them, right? Then this inner class is again a GoHighLevel class that you cannot change, so it's very, very important to keep this exact class name, and this is responsible for the content within the column. So we have the headline, subheadline, and button. All of these elements are within this inner class. Display none, because we don't want to display the headline, the subheadline, and the button for those three cards that are displayed in the slider. We want to display these elements only for the element that represents the hero section at that exact moment. And the element that is the hero section is the second element. The first one is just there in case we click previous, so we have a backup hero section. The second one is the actual hero section, and then third, fourth, and so on are those little cards that we have in the slider. I hope I explained well enough, but again, if you have questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Card headline is the headline, card subheadline is the subheadline, card button is the button, obviously, and then we have that nice entrance animation. Let's click save, and we are almost done. We're done with the code, but now we need to play a bit with some margins. If you can't select the row element, you just click here on layers, go on page, go on the second section, click on the row element, and here where we have 15 pixels bottom padding, let's make it 1200. And as you can see, our hero section already starts to shape. If we preview it, this is how it looks so far. As you can see, we have the cards here, and if you click the next button, then the next card in line becomes the hero section, and same goes for the previous button. The hero section becomes the card, and the card before it becomes the hero section. It's a bit tricky to explain the whole effect, but I hope that by seeing it is much easier to understand it. But as you can see, there is a slight issue with the effect right now. We can't see the headline, the subheadline, or the buttons. So what needs to be done? Well, we need to select every single headline for all the cards and make the following adjustments. As you can see, they have an absolute position, and you can check this by here, position absolute, inner, and we can't see it because it is very small and it's somewhere around here. So the way we select it is by going into the layers, click on headline, and then go here and add 600 pixels margin top, and as you can see, it already appeared. What else can we do to improve this headline? Well, we can increase its size, and we can also align it to the left. We can also do the same for the button if you want, and this is how it looks. Obviously we need to add some margins to left and right, let's say 60 pixels, and again 60 pixels here for all of them, so it looks nice. And if we save it and go inside the preview, as you can see, we have the section, headline, subheadline, and button. Of course, you can play around with the subheadline, distance between the subheadline and the button and everything, but for the sake of keeping this tutorial a bit shorter, we are not going to mess around with these. But as you can see, the next card is having the exact same problem, so we have to edit all these cards independently. So how we do this? Well, one way is to cycle through every single one within this layers section and just adjust the margin top and left, or you can delete the custom class, right? The custom class for each individual card, right? Card item, and you can play around with all the headlines, subheadlines, and buttons, and then reapply the card item custom class in the end when you have all your desired modifications, right? But I will just edit them one by one, and after that I will come back. This is the last one. Headline, 600 pixels margin top, 60 pixels margin left, align to the left, and 100 pixels size. Let's click save, and now it should look decent. Let's preview the website and see. This is headline. This is the second card. If we click next, as you can see, third, fourth, and well, I forgot to align this to the left side, but doesn't matter. Fifth, this one is not aligned properly. Sixth, and the first one, right? Of course, you need to properly align this, so the easiest way is to just delete the custom class card item for each column, edit the text however you want and however you need, and then reapply the class. This way you avoid errors like this, because as you can see, you cannot see what you are editing, right? It's just based on guesses. So as you can see here, I added 600 pixels to the subheadline, which is not correct. Let's align this and this, and this should look much better, right? This should be aligned to the left, and this aligned to the left, and I think now it should look pretty decent. But before we do one more preview, let's play a bit around with the menu. Let's make the color transparent, background color transparent, mobile background color actually let's keep it white, because on mobile we need that. Actually I think it's this one. Okay, let's make it transparent, and let's make the color white. After that, let's select the entire section and add a margin of -200 pixels. And as you can see, now the menu overlaps the hero section. So this is very, very nice. This is how it looks on mobile as well. Let's also make the icon white for mobile. And as you can see, this is how it looks currently on mobile, but it's just a white thing because we made the text white, so we can make it black, let's say. Right, doesn't matter, you can play around however you want with the colors and the sizes for mobile. Right, as you can see on mobile it doesn't look that good because you need to adjust the sizes. I'm going to just do it for one card, but remember you need to do it for all cards in order to look nice. And size, let's say 53, and then you need to change the margin 20 pixels right, 20 pixels left, and 20 pixels left, right. Let's do the same here, 20 left and 20 right, and same for the bottom, 20 here. So now you have this cool section on mobile as well. Let's preview it, and again, don't expect it to look really cool on mobile. This is how it looks on desktop, right? Very, very, very cool. The buttons, right? And if we go on mobile, obviously this section doesn't look good, but the first section, the second one should look good. This is how it should look on mobile. So don't forget to edit all the other cards in a similar way to this one, to the previous card, right? This one. Oh, I did a zoom, right? So if you edit all the cards like this one, this should look very, very nice on mobile as well. But currently, because the sizing is off, this doesn't look too good on mobile, but on desktop it looks pretty nice. The last thing we have to do is to play a bit around with these buttons, so let's do that. Let's select the section, add a margin of minus 300 pixels, let's say actually minus 200 maybe. Yeah, 200 looks good, looks better. And let's change the color to white because we want to see the buttons. And let's move it to this side, right? If I can select this dot, perfect, and let's keep them like this. And now I believe we are pretty much done with this effect. Let's preview it. Yeah, as you can see, we have buttons here. Again, you can play around with their position, but for now this is how it looks. The text, the buttons, right, everything is working just fine. You have the menu up there, and of course you can change each card according to your needs. You can change the headline, the sub-headline, the button, and of course the image, right, because we don't want all the cards to have the exact same image. How you change it? Well, you select it, you go inside here, and you select your desired image. And as you can see, now we have a completely different image, right, for the third card. We click next, and it becomes the background, right, the entire hero section. So this is a crazy cool custom effect for your GoHighLevel website. But if you want to see other cool effects that you can implement in your GoHighLevel websites, watch this video.